Hello, this is Pause and Practice 6-2. In this exercise, we'll be working to use index and match functions to display information on the inventory worksheet for Paradise Lakes Resort. We'll also work to transpose data, calculate statistics for inventory data, and prepare time and data calculations. So working with the same file that we ended with in Pause and Practice 6-1, we're going to start working on our inventory worksheet. So in this inventory data, we're going to start with the index function with one column of data. So it's asking us to select cell H9, and then we're going to click the Lookup and Reference button, which is under the Formulas tab here as Lookup and Reference. We're going to choose Index. So we're going to choose the first option, which is array, row, num, column, number. So the first one we're going to do is for the array. We want to select cells B5 to B29. So again, B5 to B29. Okay. Click the row number box. We're going to type in 10 to show data from the 10th row in the range. We're using a single column as the array. And then we're going to type OK. And again, because we're using only a single row, there is no column number information. And you'll see yoga pants gray is the description for the 10th item. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 yoga pants gray. So now we're going to do the index function with a range name. So we're going to select again H10. Going back up to Lookup and Reference, we go to Index. Again, use the same. And then we're going to select array. We want the same array. And actually, we're going to do something a little bit differently here. Right? The instructions are saying to press F3 and use the inventory as the array itself. Now, row number, we're going to say 12 because we want the 12th item. And the column number, right, which column do we want? Right, we want the cost, which is column 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want the column 4. We press OK, we should get the cost for the 12th item. So it should be sunscreen at $475, $475. And then we're going to format this cell as currency. And there we go. Now we're going to use a match function. Okay, so we're going to select cell H13 here. And then we're going to do the lookup and reference for a match. So formulas, lookup and reference, match. So the lookup value that we want, we're going to select cell H9. There we go. Lookup array, we're going to select cells B5 through B29. And the match type. Right, and we want it to return 0 to look for an exact match. We're going to click OK. And it's going to tell us cell or column number or row number 10. Now we're going to select cell H14. We're going to say equals M for match. We'll press tab. We're going to click cell H10 now, the $4.75. Press a comma. We're going to select cells D5 through D29, comma, and a 0 for an exact match. So you can see a 1 is for less than, 0 for an exact match, and a -1 for greater than. Close the parentheses, and enter. And we can see that the $4.65, right, is located in the 5th row of that column. So now we can use the nest, index, and match functions. So we can go back here to cell H11. Right, we're going to click on our recently used. We're going to choose index. Okay, we're going to select the first argument and press OK. So again, the array, we're going to be using inventory, pressing F3 to bring up the name list. Now, instead of the row number, we're going to use the name box arrow and choose match. So looking up value, we're going to look up cell B15, the 8-ounce sunscreen. The array we're looking up in is this blue array. Match type is 0. So this completes the nested match function. Now clicking back on the index name in the formula bar, we can come back here to our column number. Okay, so we can move into our column number. We want to come back over here to our name list. We want to match again, and now we want to choose the unit price. So we're going to select cell E4. For the lookup value, lookup array, we're going to select cells A4 to E4. Match type, we want to set it as 0 for an exact match. Then we click on the index button again. So now we have the array inventory. We're matching a particular row. We're searching for the particular column. And we'll press OK. And it should come back with a specific price of the 8-ounce sunscreen. So 8-ounce sunscreen, $7.76. Now we should just set this as currency. And you'll see that this matches the 8-ounce sunscreen that we were looking up. So next is looking for the mean absolute deviation for forecast errors. So we're going to our forecast sheets now. We're going to select cell E5 because we're calculating the error. And we want to type in equals AB for absolute value, which comes up as ABS, and we're entering some number. What we're going to do is we're going to select cell C5 minus D5. So we're going to take the forecast minus our sold, and all we want is the difference. And then we're going to copy this without formatting all the way down. And you'll just notice that absolute values do not show any signs. It's just the value itself. Now, we select on cell H7 here. We're going to find out the mean absolute deviation. So we're going to use the average function. So typing in equals AV, you can see average here. And then we're going to select cells E5 through E29 as the range. So now we need standard deviation. So selecting cell H8, standard deviation, we can type equals ST And you'll see it comes with standardized, standard deviation P, standard deviation S, standard A, and there's quite a few here. We're not going to go into what all those are, but we just want the basic STS, right? It estimates the standard deviation based on a sample, so we're ignoring logical values and text in the sample itself. And then it's asking us for numbers. Well, we're going to select cells D5 through D29. And we'll press Enter. Next, we can rank products by quantity sold. Click on cell H13. Going up to our formulas bar, we want more functions. We're going to choose statistical. We're going to choose a rank EQ. And so for this, it's asking for numbers and the reference. We're going to select cell D19 for the magnet, for the number argument. In the reference box, we're going to select cells D5 through D29, and then we're press OK. So it's saying where that ranks among all the numbers of items sold. And for the magnet PLR, they sold 15. It looks to be the fourth highest. So you can see the first highest was the 24, the 20, 16, and then 15. It would be the fourth highest. So now let's do the same thing for the pen PLR. Now to practice this, again, we can just use recently used, rank EQ. The number, we want the pen. So we can find where the pen is. That's the 20. The reference is this entire column. Pressing OK. And it says the pen PLR comes in second, which is only after the pen, Minnesota. So the next option, or the next task, is to transpose data using Transpose. So we're going to go to our Transpose worksheet here. And this occupies 19 columns in a single row. And really we can have this listed as 19 rows within a single column. So we're going to select cells A, three, to A21, and we're going to do the lookup and reference, and then we're going to choose Transpose. And then it's asking for an array. We're going to select cells A1 through S1. Press OK. So one error there is that when we did this, it should be A3 to A21. Come up here, recently used, Transpose. We're going to select the cells A1 through S1, right, and then press Control, Shift, and Enter, right, to create an array formula. Notice just pressing OK did not work. Again, you have to press Control, Shift, Enter to use the array calculations. Next, we're going to format dates and calculate days employed. We're going to click the higher dates, and then we're going to select cells C3 through C25. Right, so these are serial numbers that represent higher dates. So we want to select the launcher in the number group. So we go back to our Home tab, right, and select the Date category. Our Date category here. We want to select the format that shows a leading 0. So it would be the 031412 and press OK. Next, we want to enter today's function in cell A27. So equals today, and there's today's date. So now we want to do the difference. Selecting cells D3 here, equals, parentheses, click cell A27, we'll make it an absolute value, minus, and we click on cell C3, close parentheses, and then we're divided by 365.25 because we were looking for the number of years. Press enter, and we get 4.18 years. So we're going to copy this down, or fill down the rest of this column, and then we're going to format these with the basic number format. Next, we're going to calculate time. So we're going to click on the Derby worksheet here. And we're trying to calculate time from this information here. Select cell E3. We're going to start the formula. So it's equals parentheses. We're going to click on cell D3, subtract cell C3, parentheses, and we're going to multiply by 24 to convert days to hours, and then multiply it again by 60 to convert hours to minutes. And so we have 70 minutes. And then we can fill down, and they are already formatted as general. You can save and close, and then you are done with this pause and practice.